bottom of the pool. To move on to the next final. We had the S1 final. We now move on to the S2 final. So differences between S1 and S2, João?
Well, still high degree of impairment in all 4 limbs. Check out KOKAREV and PALAMARCHUK in 4 and 5 in this race. Always very tight between those two. But as I was saying, we'll expect to see a similar kind of start. These swimmers will swim on their back, as we saw in the S1 race, and probably be held on the start by their coaches. Czech from Poland in lane number 1.
Please check. Levgen, there's MAKRODIMITRIS. Experienced Greek man. Dmitrii KOKAREV swam really well this morning. European record in the heats this morning. He was pushed by this man though, PALAMARCHUK, who went also inside the old European record mark. PANIBRATETS there next to Josef, SHALABI, and the home swimmer João PINA made it into this final. Really good support for the Portuguese team here. A world record set late last year by Yang of China. That European record you can see set just this morning, 4:19.83. So we shall see how this race progresses. There's PALAMARCHUK. Just wonder what KOKAREV could do. A lot of like poker faces here. Nobody really giving much away here. PALAMARCHUK, KOKAREV.
Well, they don't like to look at each other, do they?
They don't. Throw into the mix the Chinese swimmer as well. Makings of some excellent swims in the major championship, some excellent contests. We'll see.
Well, there we go, look at that. Every single swimmer using exactly the same start technique. Feet on the wall, held there by the coach again. Coach must just release.
Some arms up, some arms down there. João PINA with one arm extended so he gets straight into that alternating backstroke. And some with double arm backstroke, both arms extended.
Well, that's right. Interestingly, the 2 centre lanes of KOKAREV and PALAMARCHUK, both very similar. What's interesting is that in PALAMARCHUK's stroke, his arms come over and really enter the water, really, I guess, at sort of 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock, I suppose you could say. And KOKAREV tends to go, both arms go much more in at 12 o'clock, but when they go in, his hands spin much more in the water. He pulls a lot more air into the water. He's the one leading in the center of the screen. There you can see as his hands go in, great big clouds of air around them. But he's going to be first into the wall. He's over by the lane rope, so hopefully he's going to be able to spin himself round. Does well there. Well, look at the acceleration off the wall there, given that he's got no leg kick at all. Fantastic.
Well, he means business. KOKAREV would like to get in ahead of his rival there, PALAMARCHUK. Has scored a couple of victories. KOKAREV was pretty dominant, really, in the last sort of decade or so. Came onto the scene in the late 2000s and has continued that dominance. Yang from China, very good games when he went to London in 2012. But apart from that, KOKAREV has been the star man in this class, and he's really stretching away really well here. KOKAREV in lane number 4, now being left slightly. There is clear water between the 2 leaders here, and in 3rd position looks like PANIBRATETS in lane number 6. They're all kind of in a diagonal line there as they come up to the halfway point.
Well, it's very quick pace this from KOKAREV as he just goes around the wall there, and I'm wondering if maybe he's just gone a bit too hard, a bit too early. Well, we're going to find out down this second 100 meters. They've just gone through the halfway point. And well, I floated that hypothesis, and all he's doing is seems to be just moving away from the rest of the field. So he's very much proving me wrong at the moment.
Well, he still looks like he has lots left. KOKAREV, I wonder, he was the world record holder prior to Yang taking that record at the tail end of last year. I wonder if he's looking to get that world record back from the Chinese swimmer. Yang's time, we're looking for 4:15.27, and as it stands at the moment, KOKAREV is swimming away from the rest of the field, and he has that record in his sights.
Well, PALAMARCHUK, well, the wheels are well and truly falling off his race. And PANIBRATETS is actually starting to make some ground on him on the outside of him in lane number 6. Well, he's just going around the wall now. And PANIBRATETS now, well, if PANIBRATETS can up his stroke rate with the ever decreasing speed of PALAMARCHUK, well, he might just move past him. There's a lot of work to do, but really no sign that the leader is going to slow down at all. Here he is right in the center of your screen. He looks to be going much more kind of up and down now than he was, and that's always a sign of they get tired. Different muscle groups starting to come into play as they come now into the final 15 meters of this S1 200 freestyle.
This is the final stages, S2 200 freestyle. Could we be on for a world record here, 4:15.27? This has been a fantastic swim here from Dmitrii KOKAREV. He is going to be well inside that, Giles. Fantastic stuff, 4:12.76. He is inside that world record time by a massive amount there. And it is a new world record for Dmitrii KOKAREV of Russia. PALAMARCHUK in second, PANIBRATETS in third position. The gap was enormous between 1, 2 and 3. And KOKAREV, he never looked like he was in doubt, was he? That was superb.
Well, I said at the halfway point, I wondered if he'd overcooked it. Well, in the end, what a fantastic world record from poor old PALAMARCHUK, because he's gone pretty much his qualifying time from the heats in the final, and KOKAREV has just turned up and absolutely demolished him. Well, he's going to have some serious thinking to do on the run into the Rio Paralympic Games. Well, here coming now into the finish in lane number 8 is PINA, the Portuguese man, into the final 5 meters. Very well supported here in Funchal. One of the few to be using an alternating backstroke style. And 5.50, well, that's pretty much on his best from this morning.
PINA, real support there from the home crowd, but what a swim that was. Dmitrii KOKAREV, and straight from the start there, Joes, he meant business. He did not want to be challenged there by PALAMARCHUK, and straight away went into a lead, which he never really gave up.
Well, here you can see he's starting to go up and down at this point as he starts to tire. Does a great job down this turn. You've got to remember, this guy's got absolutely no control pretty much from the mid-chest down. And those hands have just come over, and it's just power, power, power. A lot of air in the water, as he talks about. Well, that's all slippage. The hands aren't really gripping in the water, if you like. And he manages, even after all that, he kind of dives backwards to the finish, shaving off even a bit more off that record.
Dmitrii KOKAREV sets a new world record in the men's 200 freestyle, 4:12.76. He finishes 9 seconds ahead of Serhii PALAMARCHUK, and PANIBRATETS makes it 2 medals.